Bootlegs Prepping here. A little while back, somebody asked me if I'd ever tried the toilet brush method of peeling potatoes. Well, I had no idea what they were talking about, so I went to the internet and did a little search, and sure enough, there is a method for removing the skins off of potatoes that involves using a toilet brush. So there are a few videos out there of people showing how to do this, and I watched a bunch of them, but I have to say that I've got some doubts about the sort of effectiveness of this method. So I figured, what else can I do but try it for myself? So this is going to be a little bit of an experiment video, and I'm going to use a toilet brush, a brand new toilet brush I'll mention, and see if I can't use this method to successfully peel a whole bunch of potatoes in a really short amount of time. So let's jump right in and use a toilet cleaning brush on food. So here's the concept. Take a brand new toilet brush, cut off part of the handle, stick it into a drill, and plunge that into a bucket filled with water and potatoes. So the first thing I needed to do was get a brand new, unused toilet brush that would work well for this. I found one with a nice stainless steel handle shaft, most of which was quite narrow. This made for a good, strong stem on which to attach the drill. All I really had to do was cut off the wider handle end with a hacksaw. Then just secure the thing into a power drill, and that's all I should need to do before testing this thing out. Now I just need to put some water in a bucket and throw in my potatoes. For my first test, I'm using 5 pounds of fresh russet potatoes. Using the strongest, fastest power drill I own, I went at it for a solid couple minutes before stopping to examine my results so far. I was a bit surprised to see that absolutely no peels appeared to be removed from any of the potatoes. Thinking about what possible variables could be affecting my results, I thought perhaps I had too much water in the bucket. Maybe the potatoes had too much room to swirl around and weren't really making any good contact with the brush. So I poured out a bunch of the water and tried again. I went back to work with the Toilet Master 5000 for a couple more minutes, and once again, it seems to have had practically zero effect on those potato peels. I wondered if maybe the brush still isn't making enough contact with the potatoes. So, to see if this is even plausible under the most direct and deliberate conditions, I tried holding a potato directly against the spinning brush. I tried this for a good minute or two. I could see the surface of the skin beginning to become discolored in certain spots, and I guess maybe some incredibly thin layer of the surface was starting to wear away. I suppose some tool probably exists in a physicist's lab somewhere that could measure the half micron of potato peel that I've managed to remove, but that doesn't really help me here. Okay, maybe the skin on a good old russet is just too thick for this method. Maybe it would work on a thinner skinned variety, and this whole thing wasn't just an incredible waste of time. Luckily, I had 5 pounds of Yukon Gold potatoes on hand for just such an occasion. I gave these Yukon Golds the business for a good couple minutes, and nothing. Then I tried the direct contact test again, and well, yeah, I guess some of that peel is starting to wear away, like crashing waves eroding the sands of time. But seeing as how dinner is at 6 p.m., I don't have 400 millennia to spend peeling potatoes. All in all, this experiment has been a complete bust. I wondered why some of the videos I saw demonstrating this exact thing seemed to be at least moderately effective. Did they use a different type of brush? Was it all fake? Hollywood special effects and CGI to get those sweet YouTube views? Or an elaborate viral marketing campaign being funded by Big Toilet Brush? I figured the most likely answer is that their brush bristles must be thicker, more rigid, or otherwise more abrasive. Well, it just so happens that I have another clean toilet brush on hand that I use for scrubbing the insides of mason jars. Comparing them, the bristles on the black brush are distributed evenly across the surface, while the white brush's bristles are arranged in tighter groups with space in between. This makes the white bristles appear and almost feel like they might be more rigid at first, but examining individual bristles and giving each brush an overall squish with my hand, they really seem to be the same bristles, just a different color and arranged differently. But maybe the tighter groupings are somehow where the potato peeling magic lies. Well, this brush's handle couldn't fit into the drill no matter how I might cut it, so the best I could do to test it is to just frantically scrub it against a potato. And while this brush also failed at removing any bit of that peel, it did make the otherwise unscathed peel remarkably clean. So I guess at the very least, I have learned that a toilet brush can clean a vegetable quite nicely, albeit really inconveniently. So in the end, I'm back to using my trusty peeler. And to be honest, even if this toilet brush method had worked fantastically, I doubt I would use it very often. Maybe on the occasion that I need to peel a lot of potatoes all at once, which does happen a couple times per year. But other than that, it's not worth the hassle of filling buckets and moving everything outside because of the mess, and then cleaning the bucket and cleaning the toilet brush, and so on and so forth. But it didn't work. By all objective analysis, it failed spectacularly. Even with the very thin-skinned potatoes, even with a high-powered corded drill. Nothing I tried seemed to have even the slightest potential for being an effective method for peeling potatoes. At the end of the day, I honestly don't have any idea why the people in those other videos I watched seemed to have success with this, while I absolutely, categorically, undeniably did not. Frankly, it remains a mystery that's been bugging me for days. But I will say that there was one really positive and unexpected bonus from having done all this. The new stainless steel sawed-off toilet brush attached to a power drill is perfect for scrubbing mason jars and will serve as a terrific upgrade from the older white brush I'd been using for this purpose previously. So that's about it. Be sure to like and subscribe and stay up to date with all our latest stuff, including future food experiment videos. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Great Lakes Prepping.